came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the mystery ship, and all the sailors here are really hip. There isn't any cost of membership. All you gotta do is join our trip. Yeah, I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard this ship. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship. So, folks, your brother Zoe is one tired ass hombre. I mean, tired. Yeah, it's been a very long week. I've worked on 4 different jobs, including this one. Been here, there, and everywhere. But I'm very pleased to tell you that right here in my own backyard, we are making tremendous strides with my new building. 20 feet long, 40 feet long, and 18 feet tall. She is ready for siding. We have siding on 2 sides of it now, which I'm tickled about. This is not your standard metal building, not by any stretch of the imagination. Standard metal building, they build them out of 20 gauge studs. These are all 12 gauge. 12 gauge, they don't bend. They don't even flinch. Same thing here. 12 gauge hat channel. 24 on center. That's what the siding is screwed to. .16 gauge metal, not 20 gauge, not 22 gauge, 16 gauge metal. It is a fortress. This place is a freaking fortress. If there's ever an earthquake or a fire, this is the place to hang out. I'm not kidding. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I ran over the blower with the forklift. Son of a bitch. Oh, she's busted. Oh, for God's sakes. For God's sakes. Dead. She's dead. He's dead, Jim. Son of a gun. I saw it there, too. Before I backed the forklift up, I saw it. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Anyway, after the guys go home, I'm spending my time furring out the last of the last with pressure treated so that my roll-up doors trim out nicely. I've got 8-foot roll-up door over there, a 6-foot roll-up door on the other side. Those are my roof rafters over there where it says Al. Those are going up tomorrow. 8 gauge headers. I don't know if you can see how freaking thick that metal is. That metal is 3/16 of an inch. It's so heavy that we have to pre-drill it in order to run Tech 5 screws through it. Sorting out all of my trims right now for my door casings. That's the roofing. So, by God, the pile is getting down there. We don't have a whole lot of garbage left. 7 years. 7 years I've been waiting to build this thing. I had shoulder surgery, then a back surgery, had a hernia, and now I broke my ankle, but one way or another, we are finishing this sucker. We are down to the nitty-gritty, and I'm actually very excited. This is going to be a very good thing for me. Place to keep my Harleys. Give us a little more room there in the garage. You'll notice I don't have a boot on anymore. I have a special ankle brace that I'll need to wear for a while, but I took my first ride. Took my first ride today in 6 weeks. Felt so good. It felt so good. I'm glad you're aboard the mystery ship. Let's party. Well, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance once again, my friends. How are you doing? Your brother Zoso dude checking in. My apologies for not being here Wednesday night. It was, it was a rough one. As evidence, you saw my new shop going up in the metal building. I have been working during the day, and then I come home and I work at night on the shop. And I've hired a crew, and the guys are killing it. They are first-rate metal building guys. But it always goes faster if there's one guy one step ahead prepping everything, so that's what I do. They go home, and I bust out my tools, and I start pre-prepping all of the beams and all the pressure-treated and all the... I've been doing a significant amount of work late into the evenings, and what happened? After working Monday night and Tuesday night and Wednesday after work, I walked inside, and it was like 4 o'clock, 4:15. I'm like, I'm just gonna lay down for like 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna get like a 15-minute power nap, and I'll wake up in time for the show. Everything will be perfect. By the time I woke up, it was like 6:45. I was... I was freaking whooped. Just whooped. And yesterday and today were no different. It feels good to get out there and, my job these days is all brain work. Computers, phone calls, scheduling, screaming and yelling, ordering materials, making sure the crew knows what they're doing, correcting mistakes. That's my job these days. So to actually be out there with my tools and drilling holes and raising, every one of those studs, just one single stud weighs, God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how strong that freaking building is. But I'm pretty proud of her, and it's going to be nice. I have designed the entire thing right out of my noggin.
I had a bunch of material left over from a job. The guy gave it to me. He said, put it in the dumpster or take it home. I don't care, but I need it to go away. So I opted to take it home. And, at the time, you count, I've got 62 of these studs, and I've got 14 of those studs, and I've got this siding, and these roll-up doors, and this and that. And then 7 years goes by, and you're trying to remember what it is that you brought home. And so, I had to go out and scrounge through everything and count through this and count through that. And, okay, I got enough of these to do that wall. I got enough of these to do these 3 walls. Bottom line is, she's going to be all right. It's going to be everything is going to be all right. How are you doing out there? Let's get a gander at you. Let me make sure I'm live everywhere I'm supposed to be live. Am I live at Pilled Foxhole? I am. Look at those wonderful people pouring in. These are the champions, okay? They're our current champions. They are sharing the crown with the good folks over at D Live, the other champions. They battled it out. Next time, I'm going to come up with a way to do a tiebreaker. There has to be a tiebreaker. There can only be one champion each month. It's just more fun that way. Wonderful to see all of you. Purple Pixie, how are you doing? Q&A holes. My brother, how are you doing? Girl Patriot, always a pleasure. Nice to see you, darling. Always good to see you. LT57, my man. He's had 15 minutes turned into 3 hours. Yeah. A 15-minute nap, go 3 hours. I know, my man. I hear you. I mean, seriously, when I laid down the other night, my shoulder's killing me. My ankle's definitely killing me. Lower back is coming back around. It's just, I'm feeling my age. I mean, it feels good to freaking get out and work hard again, but son of a gun. I got so much more done when I was 45. It's just amazing. Just amazing. Crazy Chuck with a K. There's a guy who still knows how to get out there and get it done. And he's got a couple years on me. But that man's no stranger to danger. He's got a nice shop. I met him at his shop. He's got a nice little setup out back, let me tell you. I dream of making that place just as nice as his. All the bells and whistles, all the good stuff. The stuff that makes it a lot of fun. Make Karen great again. How are you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing wonderfully. Welcome aboard, sailors. Good to have all of you over there at Pilled Foxhole, the unadulterated home of free speech in America. Sea Blanche, I see you snuck in there somewhere along the way. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing wonderfully. Who, me? 1969? Oh, man, look at that GTO. Look at that goat. That's one of my dream cars right there. Is that a 66 convertible? Oh, man. Oh, man. Purple Pixie is peachy. She's peachy. Let's get over to the other champions, see how they're doing. Oh, no one would ever believe that, Gloria. No one in their right mind would believe that. But happy birthday when it happens. You're still 3 months out. Wow. I see Gloria Paddock hanging out over there at the home of the other champions. I'm talking about Lemonland people, D Live, and the wonderful associates hanging out over there. Gloria Paddock is with us. Lynn Winters in the house. Great to see you. Spudley, it's always good to see you, my man. Wow. Wow, we got some great people. John Rogers, how you doing, my brother? Hope everything is good in your world. Syllabore, my man. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Great to have you aboard. Bad Zoot. Kate, how are you this fine evening? I hope you've had a good week. Well, look at these wonderful sailors pouring right all over the deck. They are all over the deck. Nice to have you all aboard this evening. Thanks for coming and joining us tonight. Let's see who's hanging out over in YouTube land. Oh my goodness, we've got some sailors. We got some sailors. Good to see you over there. Denise, she was the first one in the door. How are you doing, Denise? Great to have you aboard. James Halloran, man, he goes, dude, it's beautiful, Zoe, but what about the trusses? Will you construct them of steel too? You do beautiful steel work. Steel trusses are nice. Yes, they are. But I'll tell you what, I got a swinging deal on some really spectacular eye joists. 90 series BCIs, which are, they have a full 3.5-inch bottom plate, top and bottom plate. Very stout, very, very stout, 14 inches tall. It's going to be blocked and beautiful with a metal roof on it. So basically the outside building envelope will be 100% metal. There will be no combustible materials exposed to the world. So let the fires come. I mean, I live up here in the fire zone, so I can promise you, and everything that I have that is worthwhile will be located inside of that building. It'll be great. Jacob Ebert, good to see you. Norma Williams, how are you doing, little lady? Oh, he's great. I love that sailor anchor, that anchor there. Good to see you, my friend. Rain Cry 527, how's it going? Papa Groovy in the house. Good to see you, brother. I bitch slap Satan. What is going down? Jerry guessed it, 3/16. He knows heavy metal when he sees it. I'm a heavy metal kind of dude. I'm sure Jerry would approve of my building. I'm sure he would. That's the kind of thing, you know, of the 3 little pigs, I am the 4th little pig, okay? Because that building is a whole lot more sturdier than brick. I promise you. Yes, it is wonderful to have all you people aboard. Let's just check in over at Rumble, just to say we did. John Otter is in the house, and there's others who aren't speaking, but I know you're there, and I'm thankful that you're there. Thanks for joining us aboard the Mystery Ship this evening. My name is Brother Zoe, or Zoso Dude, however it is that you know me. I'm ecstatic that you are here. Folks, before we get into tonight's shenanigans, I just want to give you an update on a dear brother of all of ours. You know him as this fellow right here. This fellow right here. Oh, come on. What did I do? Right here. This fella right here. You know him as the Texan. So that is my brother, the Texan. Normally, this time on a Friday night, he and I would be doing a show together. This is my brother, Steve. We are hanging out with Victoria with a Y. She was the girl who was the very first one to wear a foxhole shirt over the shoulder of President Trump at one of his rallies. That initial girl wearing the foxhole shirt, you're looking at her right there. Victoria with a Y. Great lady. And that's that crazy biker guy. But Steve is the one we're talking about right now, folks. It has been a hell of a week for my brother, the Texan. Just about, yeah. It was a week ago tonight. A week ago tonight, he and I were doing a show together. Literally, the day before, that Thursday, a week from yesterday, he had gone in and had 4, I think they're called stints, or is it shunts? I think it's stints. It's the little, when your arteries clog, they go in and they do a rotor-rooter job, and then they reach in and they put this, I don't know, some kind of space-age rubber, hardened rubber that opens up a blockage and allows your blood to flow through. And he's had, at the time, At the time that he went in for that, he had 18 of them in his body. He's had 7 heart attacks. At this point, I mean, I was astounded. Okay, so it's Friday night. He calls me up. He goes, dude, I'm ready to do a show. Dude, you were in the hospital yesterday. He goes, man, I'm feeling good, so I'm feeling good. Let's do the show. So we did, and we had a good time. It was awesome. Monday night, this past Monday night, he was doing a show, his regular Texan show, and towards the end of the show, he started saying to the folks watching it, hey, I think I'm going to shut this down a little early. I'm just not quite feeling like myself. And over the course of the next 4 days, he had a massive heart attack. They shocked him with the paddles. They shocked him with the paddles. Get this. 17 times they brought him back from flatlining. It has been one hell of a week for my brother, the Texan, and his wife, Suzanne. The two of them have been through the ringer. I did actually speak with him on the phone briefly, very briefly this morning, but it was great to hear his voice. He's hanging tough. He is hanging tough. Basically, what happened is that last surgery that he went in and had, he was supposed to get 2 stents put in. They decided while they were there, they were going to go for 4. They were going to put 4 in. And he left there feeling good. There was some kind of blockage, and it about shut him down. He had to go to 2 or 3 different, I think he's in his 3rd different hospital right now. The bottom line is that he went to, he went to the cath lab, and they did some of their magic. Let me pull this up, and so I want to give you the latest and the greatest. Yeah. He died twice that he knows of, okay? They shocked him over 17 times. They want to perform a quadruple bypass on him. But the problem is, I mean, normally, when there's blockage and you need a quadruple bypass, they don't wait around. They just bring you right on in. The problem was to unblock his clogged arteries of his heart. They had to put him on massive amounts of blood thinners. And when your blood is that thin, I mean, if you just touch yourself, you start bleeding. So this poor guy had hoses down his nose, hoses in his throat. He was on a ventilator. 3 days ago, I want to tell you, it looked about as rough as it could possibly be for him. I saw a picture of him in the hospital, and it was, this is him. Let me show it to you. This is him all hooked up. Come on now. I know you can do this. Yep. He's not looking very good in that picture. Okay? He is out. At that time, they were forcibly keeping him asleep because they didn't want him up and about. Let me tell you one thing about my brother, the Texan. When they did wake him up and he found hoses here and hoses there, he wasn't a very happy Texan. He was not a happy camper. And I believe he let them know that. It's my belief that he made that understood. I'm happy to tell you that today he went in and got checked out. And the last note I got from him was out of surgery. This is today, this morning. This is when he went back to the cath lab. They had to go in and look at his heart. They're trying to make a decision whether to give him some time to heal. They've gone back in and did a rotor-rooter job on his stent, so blood is flowing. Their quandary right now is whether to go in and do a quadruple bypass or give him a little time to heal and do it a little later, like maybe 8 months from now. It's a tough thing. He wanted me expressly to tell each and every one of you who have been praying for him how very much he appreciates it, and it means the world to both of them. I would ask, please, that you continue to pray for our dear brother, the Texan, and his wife, Suzanne. They are they're two amazing people, and he has been through, folks. The guy's been through the ringer this past week. Please keep him in your prayers. He's going to be all right. He's going to be all right, and I know it. Darn, I'm looking for a very specific... Here we go. I'm looking for a little break video that I can give you guys a quick intermission with, and we're going to do just that, because we got some interesting things to talk about back on the other side. But I want to ask that you please continue to keep my dear brother, the Texan, and his wife, Suzanne, in your prayers. It's going to be a minute before he's out dancing a jig again, okay? But I'll tell you what, that is one, when you look up tenacious in the dictionary, there's a picture of the Texan's smiling face right there, okay? That is one tough old buzzard. And I'm pleased to call him my friend, and I would ask that you just continue to keep him in your prayers. It's been, he so much appreciates the prayers. It has meant absolutely the world to him, and he feels very strongly that's half the reason he's still here right now, is your guys' prayers. So thank you all for keeping him on your list, and don't let up now. Don't let up now. All right. I'm going to give you a couple-minute break. We'll be back on the other side of this, and we're going to check into some of our storm survivors here, because it's been pretty crazy. I'll see you on the other side of this right here. Folks, it is your brother Zoe. I am coming to you from a part of New York which I believe they call the East Village. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the East Village, but there is something I can tell you. As you wander down this street, this is called St. Mark's Place. I am just a little bit south of First Avenue. There's a magical little place right here. Magic? What do you mean, Zoe? What's magic about it? Well, let me tell you. Back in 1975, Led Zeppelin, probably my favorite band, shot the front cover of their monumental album, Physical Graffiti, right here. It was, there was some sleight of hand done, and it's been 48 years, things have changed, but let me assure you, without question, I've done my research, the picture on the cover of this album was shot basically right where I'm standing, and let me prove it to you. Here's the album. And there's the building. See the faces? See the faces above the doorways? Well, there they are. This is it. This is it. Now, on the album, they had to reduce it to a 3-story building so it would be square. So they chopped the top story off. But that is the album. And that is the actual building. Little piece of history right here in East Village. One other funny little thing about that building. In 1983, 8 years later, the Rolling Stones did an album called Tattoo You, and on it was a very popular song of theirs called I'm just waiting on a friend. If you look at that video, it was also shot right there on that very same doorstep. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards were sitting right there. There must be something magical about this building. Magical indeed. Magical indeed. Kind of a cool place, that East Village. I love when I go back east. This past time, I've been reviewing all of my footage. I'm going to make little, probably 20-minute videos encompassing my entire journey this year, but I'm trying to do it better than previous years. What I want to do is entice first-time viewers to my channel. So I'm going to edit these nice little vignettes covering my entire trip. And right now I'm doing the logging. I have so much B-roll. It is insane it's insane how much footage I shot. I went places like Strawberry Fields Park in Central Park in New York, Statue of Liberty, Devil's Tower, Yosemite. I saw Old Faithful erupt. I've got a great stockpile of footage to share with you. I saw some of the most amazing plantation homes down in Alabama. Just blew my mind. Walked some of the most beautiful beaches, my favorite beaches in America, down there in Panama City. I've got so much stuff to share, but instead of doing it in this 15-minute, cover 7 states in 15 minutes, I want to go a little bit more in depth. In speaking with my friend and producer Abe Sinclair, he's like, "Zoe, you need to up your game, baby. You need to up your freaking game," and I agree with him. So there'll be like music edited in and all of that, but I'm almost to the end of the footage. So I amaze myself sometimes at how much footage I've actually shot. It's crazy. It's crazy. Due Diligence, how are you doing, my man? Good to see you. Victoria Lee, good to see you, little lady. How's your world? Wonderful to have you aboard. Prayer Warrior Girl is in the house. Thank you for your prayers for the Texan and that verse you shared. Darling, it meant the world to him. Old Salty Dog is amongst us. Good to have you in the house. John Otter, I said hello. Little doll, what you doing? Den Mom, EO, note to self, don't let Zoso have a pic of you without a non-disclosure. Well, we'll think about that. We'll think about that. I will say, I have recently received some nice photos, new photos of the sailors. Let's see if I have one I can share. Do I have one I can share? I've been downloading them. I just got one from, who did I get it from? Sammy Lou sent me a picture. Sammy Lou sent me a picture, and it's a fabulous photo. In fact, I can share it with you. What am I doing? I don't need to have it on my... I don't think I need to have it on my desktop to do that. I think I have it right here in the Pilled Foxhole chat. Let's just... Yeah, here it is. And there it is. Let me just put this right over here. Let me put this over here. How do I do that? I put this like this. I put this like this. Yep. Oh, come on. Hang on a second. Willie Fix-It is calling. Willie, what are you doing?
Is you all right again?
What is that, man?
I don't know. He was in the hospital, came out of the hospital, had a show with you, then I heard he went back in the hospital. Maybe I heard wrong.
The Texan?
Yes.
The Texan he's been in the hospital for the last week, brother. I've been.
No, I thought he was back out and good again.
No, he's alive and kicking. He is in need of a.
Yeah.
He is alive and kicking. He is in need of a quadruple bypass. We just talked about it for about 15 minutes. He's on the mend. They're trying to decide exactly how they want to approach it.
I heard misinformation then through the interwebs a little bit. Sorry.
It's
I
all
didn't
good.
mean that because I know you talked to him one time, and then somebody said, no, he just got taken back to the hospital in an ambulance or something. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it sucks not hearing shit, whatever, however. The wife is doing pretty good, I guess. She ain't dead yet. I tell you, kid, it ain't easy.
It is not.
You know, you're already older than me.
Oh,
I forgot to ask if you had a minute to talk.
I'm right in the middle of a show, Willie. So anyway.
I didn't even know you're already showing.
Yeah.
You fucker.
Oh, it's all right.
You're showing and I don't even know. Did you see the damn Northern Lights last night?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Did you see the Northern Lights?
No.
Oh, I saw him. It was cool as shit right in my backyard in my driveway. I apologize. I didn't even calling you on the show. I didn't even know you were showing already.
It's all good, Willie. I'm going to let you roll, baby.
Later, bye. Later,
okay. It's our buddy, Willie Fix It. Always right there on the top of everything. Let's see. Here we go. Open image, a new tab. All right. Yes. So here's our friend Sammy Lou. She's one of the latest sailors to send me a picture of herself in, how do I shrink this? First of all, I got to get my cursor on it, and now I shrink it like that. There she is. She is, I think, a South Carolinian, maybe a North Carolinian. Anyway, all I know is she's sporting a mystery ship shirt, and she looks great wearing it. And I thank her kindly for sending me that photo. If you have not sent me a photo of yourself wearing your mystery ship shirt, I ask you to do so because I am about to re-edit the opening of my show. And I'm adding all of the new sailors, all the new people who have their shirts. And don't worry, there's someone right here. I need to address this. Where is she? She's going to be right here. I bitch slap Satan is like, where's my shirt, dude? Where's my frickin' shirt? It's coming. Okay? It's actually sitting right over there in a bucket right now. Good news. I spoke with Frank. And Aurora's dress. This is the craziest, folks, this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard of in my life. So I reached out to Frank. I said, hey, Frank, kind of curious, dude. It's been 2 weeks. You haven't said anything about the dress that we made for Aurora and sent to her for her birthday. He goes, dude, I don't have it. It hasn't shown up. I said, what the hell are you talking about, Frank? I've got a tracking number on it. So I pull up the tracking. On this freaking dress, and I look very closely at the post office receipt. And the guy, see this keyboard? You see how close the 3 and the 6 are? Okay? So the postal clerk, when I shipped the dress, the postal clerk fat-fingered, have you heard this expression? He fat-fingered the keyboard, and he put the wrong damn zip code on the box. So I look, and for 3 weeks, little Aurora's dress has been shipped from Queens, New York to Stamford, Connecticut, over to Norfolk, Connecticut, back to Queens, back to Stamford, back to Norfolk, back to Stamford, back to Norfolk, back to Stamford. You would think, I'm not kidding you, you would think that after like 65 trips back and forth, eventually some postal worker would pick up the package and say, "That's funny. I recognize that guy's handwriting. I've seen this before. I wonder what the problem is." That's not what happens. They scan it and they shove it in the pile. That's what happens. So I had to, you wouldn't believe what I went through to get this mess straightened out. I had to write 3 different emails. You can't just call the post office in Norfolk and say, "Hey, you know what? The real address is right down the road in Greenwich, 15 minutes from you. Can you please just ship it to the handwritten address on the box instead of just clicking?" It drove me out of my freaking gourd. I'm not saying they're inept. I'm saying that they're robotic. Okay? It's just mind-blowing how something could just get passed back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and nobody notice that, hey, maybe one of us should look into why this package is still here, why we keep passing it back and forth and back and forth. It's mind-bending. I was hoping. I'm not saying they're inept. I'm saying I wonder if my friend Due Diligence feels my pain. Post office took common sense out of delivering packages. Well, all I can tell you is, man, all I can tell you, my friends, is at this point, right here, right now, I'm pleased as punch to tell you that the package has been delivered. It's been delivered. It is there. It is sitting in Frank's post office box, okay? In Greenwich, Connecticut. That's where his post office box is. And on his way home this weekend, he'll be stopping and picking it up. We had a very good laugh about it together. I said, "Frank, by the time she gets this thing, it'll be a Christmas present." Our Charlie is in the house. Dusty Blue is with us. Rick Carmen in the house. Fantastic. Lone Uke. It's a union job, Zoe, can't you tell? I'm not kidding you, folks. I mean, that when I saw, I actually have them. I should be able to share this with you. Let me do this. It'll blow your freaking mind. Gallery, screenshots. Here we go. Okay. This is it. I want you to enjoy this as much as I did, because this is mind-blowing. On September the 24th, that package left Medford, Oregon. You see that down the bottom, Medford, Oregon? Then it went to Portland. Then it went to Stamford, Connecticut. Then it went to Norwalk, Connecticut. Then back to Stamford. Then to Stamford again. Hang on. Let's go to page 2. Then it went from Norwalk to Norwalk, back to Queens, New York, back to Stamford, Connecticut, then to Norwalk again, then to Norwalk. Hang on. That's only September 30th. let's get to the next page. It went from there. It went to Stamford on the 30th. October 1st, it went back to Norwalk. October 1st, it went back to Stamford. October 2nd, it went to Norwalk. October 2nd, it went to Stamford. If I didn't have this to look at with my own eyes, on October 3rd, it went to Norwalk. On October 3rd, Norwalk sent it back to Stamford. On October 3rd, Stamford sent it back to Norwalk on the 4th. And on the 4th, there it is, moving through, processing in... Doesn't that seem ludicrous to you? I mean, just going back and forth and back and forth and back, wouldn't somebody say, there seems to be a problem here? Holy crap! Double D, I think you need to go back there and straighten them out. You need to straighten them out. Okay, due diligence is... Our friend, Double D, works for the post office. He delivers letters and packages. He says, Zoso, I've had one package routed to my route, and it's for Route 77 in Maryland, not Washington State, where he lives. He goes, I saw that damn package 4 different times. Oh, my God. Anyway, I'm really hoping that this weekend, in fact, this is tomorrow's Saturday, Frank will be home, he'll get the mail, he'll go collect the package, Aurora will get her dress. All of your names are on it. I sent a card and I wrote about 150 names. If you were here on either of those shows, I promise you, your name is on that card. It's from all of us to Aurora. It says, to your happy birthday, Aurora, from your friends aboard the mystery ship. So I'm very excited. It's finally happening. I just hope it happens before the World Series is over. Holy smokes. Now, there is some good news out there. The good news is I just refilled my grog, and it's... Oh, it's tasting wonderful. It's tasting just dandy. Just dandy. As you know, we had another brutal hurricane make its way across the panhandle of Florida. Not the panhandle, I'm sorry, the peninsula of Florida. And folks, I was praying because initially it was aiming right towards Clearwater, okay? That's where our good friend Gloria Paddock lives. And had it gone into Clearwater, Clearwater is like this giant bay. And hurricanes, rotate counterclockwise, or at least this one was. And as it approached the land, if it was spinning this direction and if it hit the bay of Clearwater, it would have brought in that counterclockwise motion would have brought in so much water, it would have flooded everything. Conversely, if this is the little mouth of the bay there in Tampa Bay, it came in below that. So in actuality, the winds were going offshore, and thank God for that. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have high water or storm surge, but it made it to land south of where she lives. The people down there as far south as like Fort Myers got some unbelievable storm surge. And one unique thing about this hurricane is that it spread out. It spread out tremendously. I've been in contact with our dear sister, Gloria. She kept me up to date. I sat on pins and needles when she said, it's come ashore, sitting in the dark by candlelight. And I was just going, oh, dear Lord, please protect this woman. The next morning, she said, "Hey, Zoe, still without power. We have cell phone service. Have a few hours before it gets light. Mom and I peeked out the door before we went to bed. It was quite blustery out there. Hope it's not days before we get power back. We put some coffee in a thermos for the morning," thinking ahead, knowing that they wouldn't have any power. They said they filled Tropicana Field with cots for the linemen. They put, 50,000 linemen down there to restore power. The hospital down the street from her work is having to evacuate the patients due to flooding. She says, "I'm going to say the damage is quite extensive, but we are fine here." So that was great news. That was the day of. Next day she goes, "We just got power. Just finished cleaning the yard of all the fallen trees and branches and leaves and put the patio furniture back out. Had to take a second shower." "It's going to take a minute to evaluate the roads and all the damage. They are not letting anyone enter Pinellas County, which is where her condo is." Tonight she said, "Still at my mom's. No power yet at my condo. Sorry I didn't update you." And I said, "That's okay. Just getting a text from you lets me know you're doing fine." Also in that same area is our dear sister, Carrie Lake. Now, dang it, how did I not have this? I had this all set. Somehow I screwed it up. Come on, Zoe, get your shit together. Yes. Okay, so this is this right here is our friend Gloria that we were just talking about. Okay. You all know Gloria. She's doing fine. Everything is wonderful. Look at that shirt. Look at that freaking shirt. Man, she makes that shirt look good. She makes that shirt look good. Also, right down there in the same area is our sister, Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake is down there. And I spoke with Carrie just a little bit before the show. Just before the show started, I spoke with Carrie Lake. There she is. Let's shrink that a bit. There's our friend Carrie Lake. Just a sweetheart of a lady. When I went down to Florida and visited in the neighborhood, she introduced me to a whole bunch of foxhole people. And the woman insisted that I take her master bedroom that night, and she slept on the couch, which, I mean, that's going beyond the call of duty. That's a wonderful, wonderful friend and sailor. So I reached out to her tonight. She is down there right in the same area, Pinellas. She said, "Hey, you sweets, no power in my area until Tuesday. They got a boil your water notice. No internet. Can't get on YouTube. Can't get on Telegram. Can't get on Foxhole. Can't get on Rumble. But we did get sewer back today, so God bless them. You know, of the big five, I'll take the sewer first. You can flush your damn toilets again." That's a win. That is a win. She said, "I have a downed tree already cleaned up and ready to haul away, a downed fence row that no one has even touched because they've been busy cleaning everything else." She has her mom and dad at her house, and she said that the temperature has dropped to a cool 78. She goes, "Not too bad for sleeping." I meant to ask that of Gloria. Is the weather nice? I think she's hanging out over there at D Live. Is the weather nice down there, Gloria? Anyway, she said, "My neighborhood looks out for one another. We help each other afterwards. There is hope for humanity." And I found that so positive and so it just made me feel good. She further said that she is sending pictures, but it's taking a little while since the cell phone service isn't good yet. She did say this. She has been in touch with the other Foxhole friends, Friendly Gator, Short Bus Mooner, Barefoot Patriotess, who I met. You guys have seen her on my show. And Florida Girl for Truth. Everybody came through okay. Extremely grateful that it was a Category 3 and not a Category 4. So, folks, sometimes you just got to take your blessings where you can get them. That is tremendously good news, if you ask me. I do hope. I think Gloria told me that the last time. Okay, I mean they just had Helene go through, right? She's in a second-story condo. She said that the first-story people kind of got wiped out, but fortunately, because she's up on the second story, nothing really happened to her stuff. I'm hoping that that's still the case. Gloria is here right now. She says it has cooled down a bit, but it was still a bit warm today. I wonder what the weather is there for there tomorrow. Anyway, you guys deserve a little sunshine. You deserve a little break in the action. It's been, I'm telling you, you guys have been in the last month, last 5 weeks. Our friends down there in Florida have been through one hell of a lot. One hell of a lot. Crazy. It's crazy. Folks, we'll be back on the other side of this break. This is going to give you enough time to take the dog outside or run and use the restroom or perhaps refill your drink. But whatever voodoo that you do, I'll see you on the other side of this video right here.
Why do we sail upon the mystery ship? 'Cause we never know where we'll go next.
it's always this time, I like to take a second and thank the wonderful people who support this program in the many ways that you guys do. It is so touching, and it warms my heart. The surprises I get in the mail, I mean, incredible things. Just recently, my dear sister, Dusty Blue, I should be able to pull this up. She was over in France and sent me some photographs of her wearing her mystery ship shirt in France. She found a place called Zeppelin. And the guy, the owner, must be a Zeppelin fan because, oh, damn it. Son of a gun. Got to pull up my email again. The guy who owns the place has, like, Zoso written up there. Let me see if I can find this. I got to share this with you. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Yes. There we go. This is the one I want to share. Look at this. There's our girl Dusty Blue right there. Look right there. You see this right here? You see that right there? Whoop. There it is. You see the Zoso right there? Yeah, baby. But look at a mystery ship shirt all the way over there in France. Dusty Blue, you made my day. You made my freaking day. There's my Zoso tattoo. Oh, my goodness. They don't call me Zoso Dude for nothing. Thank you so much for... she sent me so much cool stuff. She sent me a biker vest from some kind of European biker group. She sent me... She found some old biker magazines that this guy had and convinced him to cough up a couple of them. She sent them to me, along with... so I shared with you guys Mrs. Zoe going to those incredible cathedrals over in Portugal and Spain. Dusty also had a similar experience in France. She went to these incredible cathedrals and sent me framed pictures. I just love them. It's so cool. But that gets me back on track. I just want to take this moment to thank you guys for the wonderful surprises that end up in my mailbox, for your continual support of this program, whether it be via gold pills or lemons or surprises in my PayPal upon occasion, my Cash App. You guys you blow my mind, and it means the world to me that that we hang out together, that we do this together as a family. This is a family show, okay? We are all part of this show. This isn't the Zoso program. This is the mystery ship, and we're all on this ship. We are all on this freaking ship, which is why right now I'm going to open up the phone, and I would like to hear from anyone who has thoughts on the following. I was very fortunate last night. I was asked to be a guest on another show, and I was, and I loved it. It was the show is called Off the Rails, and it's hosted by my dear brother Belushi. Belushi invited me to join him, and join him I did. We talked about all kinds of stuff from the way that Joe Biden is throwing Kamala under the bus these days, the fact that Kamala has been going out on all of these television shows, from 60 Minutes to Colbert to, I mean, the saddest one of all was the Howard Stern program. I mean, that guy is just such a jackass. Nothing but softball pussy questions. But some of these other shows are really holding Kamala to the carpet. And I'm sorry to say, when she doesn't have a teleprompter, it's just not looking that good for her. You got Brother Joe Biden throwing her under the bus, saying, "Look, man, I made her the border czar. That's all her mistake." He's taking he's not taking any credit for her mistakes. It's looking very sad. Her poll numbers are in the pisser. I mean, they are just garbage. We talked about that on Belushi's show. We talked a great deal about the Hurricane Helene and the possibility of weather manipulation, as to whether this country has the ability to steer hurricanes or not remains an unknown. But I remember back in 2005, 2006, reading these declassified government documents that stated that the U.S. Air Force said they want to, quote unquote, own the weather by 2025. I'm interested in what your guys' thoughts are on any of these topics. Or if you are a person in the immediate hurricane area, I encourage you to please call in. Let us know how you're doing. I want to hear your voice. Speaking of voices, we have a wonderful lady on the phone right now. Why, Purple Pixie, how the heck are you doing, little lady?
I'm good. So I know I'm behind because I still see you on my screen talking. So I know that, I got a delay. So what's your number up for? Because that's what I wanted to ask is what's the number of, like the other night you were up and I was like, okay, why is his number up? But I never called.
Oh, I just spent a few minutes explaining. I was encouraging people to call in if they had any comments on possible weather manipulation or what their thoughts are on our poor sister Kamala going around and around down the old drink. It's not looking too good for them, or anyone who might actually be in the wake of Helene in the North Carolina area. I would love to hear from any survivors who are staking a claim and making their way back.
I shouldn't take up all your time, but I did want to say that yes, I believe in weather manipulation or
geoengineering, whatever they want.
Sorry, it's Friday. I've been drinking and I said what I said, but But, I do believe in that, and I believe that they are seeding the clouds. Okay. And, I live in the Midwest, and we had that real big tornado that ran through Joplin and it flattened Joplin.
Really?
The high school, everything, yeah. Look it up. Yeah, it was several years ago, but, when I was going to college, to get my degree for medical billing, I had to do PowerPoint, and I'm like, what the fuck is a PowerPoint? And you know what? Ever since I did it, I've never used it again. Yeah, like algebra. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, but we had a choice to do whatever we wanted to do. And I'm like, okay, you and I both. You lived in California, right?
Oh, many years, 20 years.
Okay, and so did Uncle Krusty.
Oh, yeah.
We all know about earthquakes, right?
Very well.
Yes. And then I moved out here in Missouri, and it's like, I am near Tornado Alley.
Wow.
So that is what my project was on. I fucking love tornadoes. I want to go tornado chasing so bad.
Well, that's what was crazy about this last hurricane is as
all the tornadoes.
Yeah, as it blew across all of this on the outskirts, all these little tornadoes occurred and spun off into these little villages. It's crazy. Absolutely
Yep.
crazy. Darling, I got another guy ringing my phone off the hook.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take
No, it's all good.
so much time.
Always love hearing from you. Thanks for your
where's my
call.
clock?
It's coming, baby. So's Christmas, but I promise
I
it's
worked out
coming.
okay, Merry Christmas. That works. You know what? If it comes to Christmas, I'm good with that. I know exactly where I'm putting it too.
Love you, sister.
Thank you, love.
Thank you for the call.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yes, I do. I owe her and Syllabore both clocks. In fact, here it is, sitting right here. Needs to be mailed. Your brother's though is just a little bit. I'm just a little bit behind right now. Hey, my dear brother Floyd.
What's going on, Zoso?
Due diligence. How is the world, my friend? How's So I mean, you're not the least bit surprised at how long it's taken the package to reach Frank's daughter, Aurora.
I'm not. Like I said, I got one package. It showed up 4 times on my route, and it keeps popping up for Route 77.
Yeah.
But if you look at the zip code, which the machines and the scanners don't do,
Right.
is see the actual address. They just go by the barcode. So whatever
Exactly.
the person that's sitting there on the counter puts in, that's where it's going.
But my question is this, Floyd. Okay, I mean you've been doing your job a very, very long time. Let's say you were someone who just all you do, packages come down the conveyor belt, you grab it, you scan it, you don't they print out a little tiny like new ticket and you put this little like 2x3 sticker on there and send it on? Wouldn't you think that after a while a person would say, "Wow, man, this has to be the 4th or 5th time I have handled this." I mean, you personally have that level of perspicarum. You recognized a package you saw multiple times, but does that not happen at a regular post office? I mean, some of these post offices handled that box 8 times.
Yeah, 8 times. That's a record
That is.
I've ever heard. But when it comes down to it, I mean, the one that I handled 4 different times, that's supposed to be in Maryland,
Yeah.
not in Washington State. I literally showed it to the freaking stupid visors. Yes, they are stupid. They believe in that freaking tracking system beyond all belief. I just like looking at it kind of going, okay, well, you're telling me I have this package. I'm looking at the address, and this is part of the test that you take when you join or when you want to start working for the post office. You have to be able to look at the address and say, okay, it is here, it is not here. There's a duplicate address over here on this road.
Yes.
But instead of saying avenue, it says street. But when you screw up on completely opposite sides of the country, I said, they took common sense out of all of it.
I just, you know, that one was a world record for me. You know, many times when I send a package, I will track it to make sure, you know, dude, to the post office's credit, I will say this, you know, I've shown these receipts thousands of times, okay? Thousands of times. And it says when you know, first class package, here's tracking number, estimated date of arrival is Monday. I can't tell you how many times people have said, "Hey, dude, I got that on Saturday," like 3 days early. So,
Yep.
I mean, they are efficient. It's just
About 87% of the time, but then again, you got like I said, you got a bunch of stupid visors and so on and so forth. Just doing nothing but collecting a paycheck and saying, "Oh no, that goes to your route." Dude, look at the address. Look at the state.
yeah.
Tell me this goes to my.
The thing that amazes me is if one of the postal people, just one of the postal people scanning it, looked at it in Norwalk and looked at it and said, this is supposed to be this is going to Greenwich. Why is it here in Norwalk? You know, and just take a magic marker and change the zip code. Put the right goddamn zip code on it. Oh man.
Well, here's another great one. You remember the mug, the 500th episode mug that I won?
The one I still The one I still OTL Spud right here, the broken one. I have to reorder and send him a fresh one, but I'm going to fill it with buds. I'm going to fill it with buds, so he'll be very happy when it does arrive.
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that. It will not go through. Honestly, it will not go through. Not unless you put coffee grounds in it.
Okay.
Unbrewed coffee grounds.
Okay. I'll take all the tips I can get.
And then it has to be, if you're going to send it that way, it has to the extra stuff you want to send. Triple bag it.
I do. I double bag it, double seal a meal, and then I put things like Reese's Pieces in there. So like, any kind of dogs would smell candy or, and then I spray some cologne on there. And
well, no, the dogs, if they use dogs, the dogs will more than likely catch onto it. But if you do it at least triple, you have whatever you're planning on sending that obviously I can't do anything about because I still have a federal job.
Right.
Take that, you put it in a tiny bag, wrap it in foil. That bag, or put that foil in a bigger Ziploc bag, throw coffee grounds in that bag before you seal it. Then you take a bigger bag, throw that one in there, coffee grounds around that, throw that in another one. Do that 3 times. And more than likely, it's not going to be the dogs.
Very good.
Hell, neither would he.
Nothing like tips from a post office person.
Oh.
How to sneak things by the U.S. government.
You didn't hear that from me.
Not from due diligence. I did not hear any of that.
Now, some of the best parts. Oh, did you catch that video? And I don't mean to take up so much time, but
no, I'm glad to have you.
Video?
Glad to have you. Yeah.
Did you catch that video of the guy down there in Florida when the hurricane hit?
Yeah.
He walked out on the pier right there at, I think it was in Tampa Bay, but he put up a Trump flag.
During the hurricane?
During the hurricane. Oh, no, there was another video I saw, and it was on X. I see 2 trucks in this video, and something really odd. And it was an anomaly. And I was like, wait, what's this anomaly? So I looked closer. I brought it up full screen. I was like, wait a minute. Is that a guy surfing being towed by a truck while the truck's driving down the road? Sure enough, it was. So when we have our fellow patriots down there in Florida, when they say they're built different, oh yeah, they are definitely built different.
Yeah, no question about it. No question. Most Floridians, when they hear that there's a hurricane coming, they just stock up on more beer.
Right?
Hang on. Geez, I have the very video that you mentioned. Let me put this up.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna love this one. But it's really crazy because I've gone through tornadoes. I've actually gone through an F5 when I was at San Angelo Air Force Base doing Lewis F. Garland Fire Academy for the Marine Corps. Being an airport rescue firefighter.
Look at this crazy son of a bitch! Oh my God!
Yeah, actually,
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Somebody, and CDP 4JC, somebody definitely needs to make a sticker out of that one. But and quite literally, and this is one thing I didn't know, or I did not have an idea about when it comes down to Florida. I didn't realize they actually got tornadoes, but apparently they do, because I was talking to a follower of mine, Miami Angler. He was saying, they get water spouts, and they get F1, maybe F2 at the biggest
around the outside edges of the hurricane, because they get these little spin-off tornadoes that take off in every which way. It's crazy, dude. I learned. I didn't know that either. When this,
but they got
I watched.
They literally got a couple of F5s, And I've been through an F5 when I was at San Angelo Air Force Base in Texas. Holy crap. All you can see is this darkness. It's like over a mile and a half wide.
I did
see sky and everything.
I did see a really interesting video. A guy who was he was smack dab in the middle of it, and then he pulls out his camera when the eye showed up, and he goes outside. He goes, "This is so unusual." He goes, 10 minutes ago, all hell was breaking loose outside. He goes, right now, I'm walking around on my deck. This is the eye of the storm. He goes, in about 5 minutes, the other side of the hurricane's coming over, and I'm going to have to get back inside. But it was so calm and so perfect in the eye. It was just amazing to see. Yeah.
It's kind of like that with a tornado, but you only get like a couple of seconds before the rest of it hits you. But I couldn't believe it. 19 confirmed tornadoes in Florida that were F2 or bigger. Very few.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, nothing. We're good. We're good. Looks like.
Yeah, it's very weird. I've never heard of any kind of tornadoes in Florida whatsoever until freaking this.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, when I saw the first news report, it was kind of an elderly gentleman out there. They sent him out there in the hurricane to do a field report, and he was talking about tornadoes. And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, this poor senile bastard! He can't come up with the word hurricane. He's got to call it a tornado." And then after a while, I realized it really was a tornado he was talking about. So I stood corrected. I went, you learn something every time.
But I do know Jolene, her area was okay, but areas around her got nailed hard.
I specifically looked at Vero Beach because I was worried about JoJo. And, boy, they sustained some serious damage there. The police department and some other places got wrecked. So, hey, I got somebody ringing my ear off here, brother. Can I?
All right, good. Go ahead. Answer them. I'm just going to hang back and watch the rest of the show.
Love you, my brother. Thank you for the call.
Love you too. All right. You're welcome. And make sure you read off all your gold pill donations because it's going to be a little interesting for you.
Holy crap! I'm just looking over right now. What the hell's going on around here? Holy God. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. Wow. I mean, I would have caught it at the very end, but I appreciate the nudge now. Thank you, brother. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it's just one of those things, because I saw some donations that were coming through that were just like, wow, look at this.
I had a funny feeling about this. Love you, my friend. Thank you kindly.
All right, love you, brother. Okay. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Love you, man. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
My dear brother, due diligence right there. One hell of a patriot and a dear friend of mine. Holy cow, what is going on here? What the hell is going on with the gold pills? There's an explosion. Well, in the 910 area code, welcome aboard the mystery ship. Who do I have on the line tonight?
Hey, it's a W from Q&A Holes.
How you doing, my man?
How are you, Mr. Zoe?
I am awesome, man. Great to hear from you.
You too, good too. Yeah, it was a scary night the other night with the Texan.
Oh,
very
man,
scary.
Dude. It was, and honestly, dude, I got down on my knees and I prayed for the man. It really, he's a dear friend of mine. He really is a dear friend of mine. And he said to me, and he wouldn't want me to say this to anybody, but he said, Zoe, I was scared. And, I was scared with him because...
Yeah, I could tell in his voice because he was playing one last video and he came in backstage and says, I have chest pain. And you could tell. And then all of a sudden he said, I'm just ending the show. Then about 5 minutes later, his wife called me and said they're taking him to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And
dude, I was laying in bed on Monday night and I get this text from her. They're sending an ambulance to pick him up right now. I'm like, what? All of a sudden, I go from almost asleep to wide awake. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, dude, that scared the crap out of me.
Because right before we started doing that show, he said he wasn't feeling too good. I was like, yeah, I don't feel too good either. Because I've been, thanks to that hurricane that hit North Carolina, the rain they dumped, I guess, had a our septic tank overflowed into the yard, and it was a big mess.
Oh, God. Holy smokes. Wow.
And the only reason I found it, because I was standing on the floor of our deck, and I'm like, what's that smell? So I walked around towards the back, and my wife started up some laundry, and I thought, did we just struck gold? Oh, I was like, Jet clamped it there for a minute.
Black gold Texas tea.
Yeah, and then I went out there, I was like, oh, God.
No. Yeah.
Oh, it was a mess. We have 2 septic tanks out here, and it just 6 hours later and a couple $1,000s later, it's all fixed.
Yeah. It's funny, man. There's a YouTuber out there who has a septic tank pumping business, and all he ever shows on his show is the really, really bad ones. And, they got to go out in the yard, and they have to, first of all, they have to locate it. That's normally the biggest problem, is the homeowner never knows where a septic tank is. They finally find it, and they pull the lid, and the thing's overflowing, and they take basically like, like when women are baking a cake, the mixer in the kitchen, and they add they have a giant version of that on a giant drill, and they stick it down in there, and they fluff it up a little bit before they suck it out, and he goes, smells like money. I'm just like, oh my God, because let me tell you something, dude, I'm a construction worker, okay, and every freaking week when the guy comes to pump out our little blue rooms, our little moon shacks, dude, that smell travels 100, 200, 300 feet. And I mean, I'll be in my trailer, and all of a sudden this smell starts wafting in. I'm like, oh, that son of a bitch is here cleaning the porta potties. And I got to get up and close the door, man. It is so bad. Smells like money.
Yeah. Well, the next morning I went to Home Depot and bought my wife one of those 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
And some toilet paper. Said, there you go.
Oh my God.
And I won't tell you what happened after that.
Yeah. You got hit with a bucket.
Yeah.
Oh my man.
Yeah.
Dude, it is always good to hear from you. Dude, I appreciate you spreading the word on our dear brother, the Texan, and getting it out there, man. He needs prayers, and he appreciates them so much.
Yes. Yes, he does. And Miss Texan.
Yeah. God bless her, man. She is a sweetheart. She's a good old Suzanne. Yeah, we need to keep both of them in our prayers. All right.
All right. Well, you have a good night, Zoe, and behave yourself.
Thank you for your phone call.
All right, Zoe. You have a good night.
Behave myself. Love you, man. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Behave myself. That would be a first. I want to. We are winding up towards the end of this program. I have to. I really. I want to give a shout out to the wonderful people over at Pilled Foxhole who have blown my mind tonight with the freaking cookies and the gold pills and this is insane. Tweak, Due Diligence, Girl Patriot, Due Diligence, No Stud All Muffin, Girl Patriot, Due Diligence with not only like a couple of cans, a fleet, Sea Blanche in there. He had to cap it up with an EMP. Holy smoke. I freaking love you, brother. This he's unbelievable. And Girl Patriot, my dear sister Girl Patriot, she is rock solid foundation of this program. Thank you all so much for all the people who support the show in whatever means you find necessary. I love you for it. One of the greatest ways that you can help the show, truthfully, doesn't cost a penny. It's just telling people about it and sharing it with others. Post it to your Facebook, post it to whatever social media you have. And I know you're doing it because it blows my mind every single time I log on to DLive. There's a big thing in the middle of my page that says, you've got 7 new followers. And they only post the name of the most recent one, but it blows me away. How many people do I have over there now? 1.84K followers for me. That's insane. I think DLive I have the largest crowd on DLive. That is amazing. It is absolutely mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Mind-bending. Speaking of mind-bending, I'm going to go out of my way and I'm going to load up that treasure chest right now. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to load it up with the Devil's Own. The Devil's Own right there. You want a piece of that? You better pull out your pitchfork. That's all I'm saying. Yes, your brother Zoe is in a devilishly good mood tonight. I am hereby distributing the rewards over there at DLive. Whoever you are, you lucky winners, you. I hope that you spend them wisely. Mighty Tort, good to see you. You know, a bunch of people popped in recently. I want to say hellos to them. Prairie Fire, it is always great to see you. How are you doing, my man? Great to have you aboard. A huge thank you to the Enrique Alvarado. How's it going? And I have to say hello to my dear sister Rhett66 and 94 Winchester. Wonderful folks. Hey, can I ask you guys, I know you have one of you has my phone number. Can you text me the photo of you wearing your mystery ship shirts? Can you text that to me, please? Either 94 Winchester or Rhett66. I really need to load that. I need to get it on this phone because this is the phone that I do my editing on. That's the phone I do my editing on. Wait a minute. Look here. Whoa, baby. TL Spud. All right, let's show this off. TL Spud. Bringing home the bacon. Bringing home that bacon. Gloria Paddock. Lynn Winters. John Rogers. Good to see you on that list. And Bad Zoot. Fantastic. Congratulations, sailors. It is wonderful to see you hauling in the booty. Hauling in the booty. I used to haul in some booty back in my day. It was a long time ago. It was a very long time ago. I'm going to go over here to Pill Foxhole, and I'm going to release that scratching. And I wish all of you the best of luck in scratching off that scratching. And a huge thanks. Huge thanks to all the people that donated to this program tonight in whatever way you did. Due diligence. There was an old movie. There's an old movie from the 80s. I don't know if you ever saw it or not, but the name of the movie was I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. And I'm gonna get you, sucker. Remember, you probably don't. In the 80s, there was a whole slew of those. They called them blaxploitation films, and I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker was one of them. Thank you, Double D. You are, you're just you are off the charts. Off the charts, my dear brother. What an amazing friend. A dear brother right there. Gets me right in the heart. Folks, please continue with your prayers for the Texan. We are hoping that he makes it home safe and sound. He's been in the hospital. It's almost a solid week. Both Steve and Suzanne, keep the two of them in your prayers. That the doctors make the right moves. And honestly, I'll take it a step further than that. That God himself dictates to the doctors what the right move is for our dear brother, the Texan. His faith is strong. That much I do know. And I love the man. He's a dear friend of mine. Thank you to all the people that called in this evening. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Thanks to all the people hanging out at all the different all the different platforms. Hydroxide, good to see you. She says, I feel bad. I never have anything to contribute, but I pass your name to many. Yeah, I'm going to get you, sucker. Or he, excuse me, Hydroxide. Yeah. Good to see you out there. Good to see you hanging out over at Rumble. Thanks for hanging out there tonight. Much obliged. Much obliged. The good people over at YouTube, you're amazing. Look at them all. Look at them all. Norma Williams, Dusty Blue, Papa Groovy, Felix. Oh, man, so many of them. Lone Uke, Sherry B. Yeah. Holy Hannah. Rick Carmen. It's wonderful to see all you guys. Thank you to my dear friends over there at D Live. Wonderful to see your smiling faces. Gloria, just keep hanging in there, my dear. We are glad, so glad you made it through the storm. It is God looking out for you, my dear. God looking out for you. And thanks to all of my dear friends at Pilled Foxhole. How much for just one rib? Says CDP4JC. All right. It's time. It really is. It really is time for your brothers, though. I gotta go. Holy smokes. It has been one long week. I'm trying to cue this up just perfectly. There we go. Sometimes it takes me a minute, people. You know, I'm old. What can I tell you? Thank you so much. Hey, if you are not doing anything tomorrow, I implore you, please come hang out with me tomorrow. Now, this is exclusively on Pilled Foxhole or dlive.tv. Pilled Foxhole or dlive.tv. Come and hang out with me, okay? Zoso Dude 77 on either one of those channels. I host a classic rock show, and I have got some nuggets up my sleeve tomorrow. I've got songs that I forgot I even remembered, okay? It's going to be a great day aboard the mystery ship tomorrow. Come hang out with us. It is a good time. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You are, you're one in a million. You truly are one in a million. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. We made it. We made it once again. We made it once again to the weekend, damn it. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. God bless each and every one of you. See you on the other side.